Morning, morning, morning. Oh, bloody planes. Morning, morning, morning. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Love 500, and welcome back to Project Evie. The footage you're about to see was recorded the same day as the previous video. The first few minutes of that, you'll see the difference because there's another sort of mid-roll intro. But let's get on with it and let's show you what we did. Check this out, done it. Still needs some adjustment with the gap, but I've only gone and bloody got it to shut. So I put the headlight back in, and what else did I do? Yeah, I put the headlight back in. I did a little bit of stretching and sort of pulling down on this side and up on that side. But you know what I did? I'll show you on this old one. Well, this is actually the old one. This is the one that was on it. So where you got the collar, let me put it down and I can point to it. So it goes that way round. So it bolts in like that, yeah. And this bit, which the bonnet closes into, what I did is I got a hammer. I've done this before. I got a hammer and I whacked that this way. Now I don't know whether it's an element of me doing that or bending the bumper, but it's worked and it's closed. So I think a little bit more work on it and we'll get it right. But that is good news because that means I've got one step forward. I've got it to close. I've got it one step closer. Well, not one step closer. It means that basically means I ain't got to go to the body shop now. So that is excellent news. So a little bit of more manipulation, and I think we'll get it right. So, I mean, I could almost live with that side. Just needs a little bit, but almost live with that side. And this side, I think we're a little bit out here, but I could almost live with that side. It's a little bit too close here, so it still needs a little bit of work, but it ain't far off. I mean, I did slam it quite hard. You see me greasy fingerprints on the end of the bonnet, but it's closed. It's a miracle. This video now I'm taking like 5 minutes after I just signed off on the last video, but I'm not going to include it in that video, so you'll see this later on, a few days afterwards. But I'm well chuffed, well chuffed. I'm going to raise, let's hope when I pull the handle, in fact let's do that now while you're watching. There's always that panic that you pull the handle to open the bonnet and it don't do it. Oh, it did. It opened it quite nicely. There was no tension. Sometimes there's a bit of a tension when it releases, but there wasn't. I can't do this one-handed now, but it's opened. Actually, let's put you on a tripod and let's show you exactly how it is. I'll put the bumper on and then we'll close it again. Right. So it's at the stage now, because this is closing. It's at the stage now where I can stick the number plate on it, and I could actually park it outside once I've insured it. I checked the MOT. It is MOT'd till, can't remember, now sometime next year. I will be getting it MOT'd, but because it's MOT'd, I've got the logbook. I can tax it. At the moment it's sawned, but I can tax it and I'll put it outside. So when I do get another project, it ain't going to get in the way. Right, let's just going to grab a couple of bolts out of the boot, stick those bolts in, and then we'll come back and we'll shut this bonnet. Yay! Well pleased. That blowing bumper still don't fit properly in there though. So that's another issue anyway. But we'll come. Oh, I just noticed that that's probably why actually. That's better. Still not right, but yeah, wheel chuff. Right, let's go and get these bolts and we'll get this on. I need to move the car because I think the neighbour's going to be home soon and he'll want to park over here in his new car. I say new car, he's got an old Volkswagen Golf. But he's old, as you know, he left a trail of oil on the driveway that his mum wasn't too pleased about, which is pretty much faded actually now after I attacked it with elbow grease. Anyway, I digress, just for a change. Let's get a couple of the bolts, just put 2 in, and then we'll get it closed. I'll put you on pause while I'm doing that. Right, that's on. Let's close it. Oh, hang on. Oh no, it's not closing now. Because the only difference is I put the bumper on. So yeah, so it's still a bit low at the front, but it looks like it's closed, doesn't it? So to all intents and purposes it is, but trust me, that closed before. I didn't show you, did I? But it did close. So again, it's too low, I think. Is it too low? Not sure. Not sure. Because it's now what looks like it's hitting the bumper, the top of the bumper. So it's not going down quite far enough. So it's sort of that it needs to come up, not down. It's down as far as it will go. So maybe that if that catch comes up a little smidge, which I'm not going to do now because, as you know, as I just told you, we're still on the same day as when we were trying it before. So I need to walk away and come back. For you, it'll be on this video, but for me, it'll be another day. But it looks closed, doesn't it? Which is good enough for me to be able to park it outside, which I'm not going to do today. It's going to go back in front of the house. You're right. That's it. So we'll be back. For you, as I say, it'll be shortly. But for me, it'll be in a few days' time. But that is a good step forward as far as I'm concerned. It's almost at the point. Once we know that's going to close properly with this bumper on, we can put the new bumper on, because that new bumper will then be staying on, and then we can make sure the gaps are right. Still don't really know what's going on down here, but we can try and adjust that afterwards using this bumper, because as long as I know it goes, this bumper fits on all right, then the new one will be okay. With the new bumper, I don't want to be taking it on and off. I want to put it on and let it stay on. So we need to sort of sort that, really. Not quite sure why it's tight. I'm trying to point to it. It's tight here and a bit of a gap here. So yeah, I'm not sure why. But yeah, no, I'm suitably pleased with that. Okay, right, that's it. So we'll see you in a bit. So welcome back to Project Evie, and it's been a few weeks since we did anything on Project Evie. So I'm going to give you a bit of a reminder now, of the stuff that's been done to it. Let's go. Let's do it. I'm not going to say morning because we're mid-roll. So let's get on with it. Okay, so cast your mind back a few weeks. As you know, this project is sort of sitting on the back burner normally in front of the house, just waiting to be worked on, really. So it's sort of an in-between project at the moment. So the grey one is finished. The grey one is now sitting just there. I've let the lady know who wants to buy it that it's ready. So hopefully she'll come round either today or this weekend or sometime very soon. Puma's out there. No Loopy Harold, obviously, he's gone, as you know. Cue the sad music. And we're back onto Project Evie. So, as you know, we did that. I've put more filler in that. It's probably going to need more. I think there's still a slight, I haven't rubbed it down. There is still a very, very, very slight dip in there, so I will be putting more filler in that. So I've got to rub that down. I've still got to sort out this dodgy bit of bumper, so we'll have to heat that up and push it back, and then when we paint that, we'll do that before. And then we can paint them at the same time with my newfound painting skills. That down there, I pulled that out a little bit and I've filled it it's probably going to need more filler. I haven't rubbed it down at all. It's been like that for a couple of weeks, or more than that, more than a couple of weeks now. And I think from memory, did I do one at this side? Yeah, and I've done one this side as well. That little dent that was there, again, no rubbing down. Oh, and the door as well. I filled that bit on the door as well. We have a little bit that sticks out here. What I'm going to do is get the porta power, and I'm going to push that in. But we'll get the other bits done first. Front wise, the bonnet does close. It's still not properly right, but it's a lot better than it was. It still needs moving over a little bit. So I think I described what I did on the last video. It might have even been on the beginning of this video. It's been such a while that I've actually forgotten what I've told you. While I'm filming this, I think I've got a video a video for you part done, which includes what I did on here, I think. Obviously if I haven't, then you haven't seen this. But yeah, so it's still work in progress, and I'm going to have a go at that now as well. It just needs a bit more manipulation to get it in the right place, or as in the right place as I can. As you know, the front bumper on it is the crappy bumper. I have got brand new bumpers, brand new freshly painted bumpers, and once I've done that bonnet now, I'm going to then do the bumper, get all the bits of trim and lights and what have you in the bumper. I'm not sure which lights I've got, whether I've got to take these ones out or whether I've got some other new ones that I can put in, or decent ones that I can put in. So I'm going to do that this afternoon. As regards the boot, as you know, it does close now. It doesn't close perfectly, it's a little bit on the tight side. It's pretty much good here. The only thing that's not good, you've got a very slight dip in the rubber here, so that's just still a little bit deformed there, but it's all pretty good, to be honest. Inside is all cleaned now, because as you remember, this was minging inside. It absolutely stunk. It's all good inside. I think the MOT's run out on this, I believe, so I need to get it, once I've got the bumper on and done a bit of filling and painting and what have you, we need to get it in for MOT. I think I'm going to have to replace this rear light. This is a bit of a mess. It's bound to at the very least come up for an advisory on the MOT, so I'm just going to replace it. This one's fine. Don't know why that one's gone like that. There's no broken glass in it, I don't think, but it's just, I don't know, it's like the scratches on the or on the inside. You can't feel anything. There's no moisture in it. It just seems to be scratched on the inside. So whether it's sort of flaws in the plastic or something, I don't know. But we are still going to have a little play with this before the car's finished. See if we can get it a little bit better. But I want to use this bumper, so I need to get that bit done there. I could buy another bumper, but I did buy this bumper, of course, and it was damaged by the person that took it off of the car. I can't remember what I paid for it off the top of my head, but it wasn't an insignificant amount. And I didn't buy it as a damaged bumper. I bought it as a good bumper. Unfortunately, I didn't need it straight away, so I didn't unpack it, and I had it weeks before I actually unpacked it. And of course, when I unpacked it, I saw that the laziness of whoever took it off has just yanked it and ripped the corner of it. Exhaust needs a bit of a clean up, so it's got a decent set of wheels and tyres on it, I believe. I will go over and double check all those. Interior is all, as I say, is all clean and nice now. Got a new set of mats in. I actually want to tell you about these mats. These mats, I'll get you good. They're more black than grey, but they're a nice mat. I used to buy mats out of Wilko, and they were £6 for a set. Can't get that forward now. £6 for a set. They were alright. They were cheap and nasty. They fitted quite well. Fitted better than these ones did. These ones were a little bit on the larger side. And then they went up to about £8, I think it was. And all of a sudden they seemed to have stopped doing them. So I had a look on Amazon, and I found these ones. And these are £6.99 for 2 fronts, 2 backs. They're much better quality. As I say, they're slightly bigger, which isn't a problem. They fit fine. They're just slightly bigger than the other ones were. Much better quality. They're made in Britain, and they're £6.99 a set. I bought 2 sets. One's gone in the grey car, one's gone in this car. So I'm going to get some more. They're really good. What I'll do is I'll put the links to them in the description, because they are really, although they're bargain basement mats, they are really nice quality. There's nothing spectacular about them, but they're just good quality. They seem good quality. They're all sewn They're not welded, they're sewn around the edges. Really nice, and you know, they're not cheap and nasty from China. They're made in Britain. So yeah, I'll put the link in the description. So yeah, so I'm not gonna bother filming this bit. I'm gonna have another go at this bonnet and see if I can get it a little bit better, and then we can come back and we'll do this, get the bumper. So it does shut, but I think we might need to move the latch up a little bit. As you know, we filed the top of the front panel to get the latch up a bit higher, and I put the latch down lower, but now it closes because I've manipulated the bonnet. I think it could do with coming up a little bit. So we're going to try that, and then we'll hopefully it will fit better and it will shut nicer. It doesn't snatch, so which is good. It just needs a little bit of manipulation to make it shut a bit smoother. Anyway, I'm going to do that, and then we'll come back. There we go. It's all done. That's worked quite nicely. There's not even any washers needed. I mean, this bumper is not bolted down at all here. It's just literally pushed into the pins, but it all closes and opens nicely. The gaps are not perfect. They're not perfect at all. They're equal. They're not perfect. I've adjusted both the wings to try and get it as perfect as I can. I've put a new headlight in because the headlight was a bit duff. But they're not too bad. They're not too bad. Acceptable, I would say. They're not perfect. I never get them perfect. I never, with these front smashes, I never ever get them perfect. It's just nigh on impossible. But it's good enough, I think. It's good enough. I'll tell you what, I've sold cars with it a lot worse than this, that's for sure. I think that's okay, considering what it was like before, and it wouldn't even close before, and it was all over the place, wasn't it, as you saw. But now it all fits, it all shuts nicely, it fits relatively well. There's a slight bit of adjustment on that headlight. That headlight looks a little bit too far back, so I think we need to adjust the front panel bolts or something and bring that forward a little bit. But apart from that, spot on. Don't forget, as I keep saying, that's the old bumper. I'm gonna now I've got this to fit, I'm going to put the new bumper on, and of course, more importantly, it shuts with the bonnet, with the bumper on. Before I was having trouble shutting it with a bumper on. Could shut it with a bumper off, but not with a bumper on. Now I can. So that is a weight off my mind. Now one of the reasons I'm doing this car today, after leaving it for some time, as I say, it was always going to be a bits and pieces project for when I've got nothing else. But the more important reason at the moment is I'm doing it is because Tuesday, where is it out there? The Puma's going. They're collecting that Bristol Street Motors in Stoke, of all places. I'll come in to collect it on Tuesday. The grey one's done, so I would expect over the weekend at least one of those people that wants it to come and look at it and hopefully buy it, in which case the chances are that will be gone at the weekend. This will then be the only car I've got, literally the only car I've got. So to go shopping, to go to work, I need a car, so I've got to use this. I literally have got nothing else. The car, I have bought a new project, which for those of you on Instagram, who follow me on Instagram, may have seen it. I think I've put it on Instagram. Have I put it on Instagram? Actually, no, I haven't, but I will be putting it on Instagram before you see this video. So if you follow me, if you don't follow me on Instagram, go over to Love500 Salvage is the name. Give us a follow, and you'll see pictures posted of well, things before you see the videos on YouTube. Really, there's no great secret to it, but you know, it is what it is. But you will see the pictures and of the pictures of the videos. You'll see pictures of the projects before you'll see the videos on YouTube. Generally, all the time. And when I'm doing things to the cars, I take pictures and upload them at the time, and that, you know, it's a good week before you actually see the videos, so it'll give you a bit of an inkling as to what's going on. But yeah, I'm pleased with that. I'm really pleased with that. What was I saying? Sorry, yeah, the new project is not going to be drivable for some time. It's going to be a bit of a job and a half. It's got an extremely caved in sill and some rear quarter damage. Rear quarter damage is nowhere near as bad as that red lounge, the 17 plate lounge that I had. Nowhere near as bad, but it has got what looks like quite a badly caved in passenger side sill. I'm going to have a go. I'm going to get one of those welding things, and I'm going to have a go at pulling it out as best I can. If I could pull it out good enough and then fill it, what I might do is put some skirts down the side of it. Failing that, it's got to go. It's going to have to go to the body shop for the rear quarter. I don't think I'm going to be able to do that myself, but I will have a look when I get it and I've got it in real life rather than pictures. I will have a look, and if I think I can have a go at it, I will. I don't think I will be able to, but we'll see. But it's more than likely it's going to go to the body shop, so it's going to be a long project, but it's quite a nice car. And what else was I going to say? Yeah, it needs a door, a wing, which I'm going to pick up. The wing was meant to be coming today, actually, by courier. I've bought a door, and it's also got a passenger seat airbag gone. And I've managed to get not brand new. I've managed to get a set of the standard grey seat. They're slightly different. They're like, the seats in it are like this grey. I think, as far as I can see from the pictures, they're exactly the same as this. However, they've got, rather than the stitching, they've got a white piping, and I think they must have been what they put in the seats. As far as I can see, it's exactly the same as this. The backs of it definitely look the same as this. They've got the white tops. I managed to get an entire set the same as this for 100 quid, which I'm going to get tonight. And I picked up a white door for £70. It's cost me £100 for a wing. Yeah, so parts wise, there's no front damage, doesn't need anything on the front. It's going to be that sill is going to be the main thing, and the rear quarter damage is sort of around here ish, but it's not too bad. It's nowhere near as bad as that other one, as I say. So that's the new project, which will be coming up next week. It's been delivered on Tuesday, the same day that the Puma's going. The point of this conversation is that I'm not going to be able to drive it until some of the work's done. So I'm going to have to try and get this to a state where I can drive it, and I'm not sure whether the MOT's run out or not on this. If it has, then I'm going to have to sharpish get it in and get it MOT'd. And because once I've been paid for the Puma, then I can. I've got two cars that I'm looking at, and they may have gone, but obviously it's going to take a few days to get the money, get it sorted out, and get over and pick up a new car if one of these two cars that I'm looking at is suitable and still available. So yeah, that's it. Anyway, enough of my waffling about cars, although of course that's what you're here for. I'm going to get my trestle tables out, and I'm going to get the brand spanking new bumper, painted bumper, find the parts that I need for it. I may have to take those DRLs out of that bumper, I can't remember, put those in, but I'm going to set you up on time lapse, and we're going to put this bumper together, and then we're going to get it on the car, and that'll be that for this car, for the front anyway. We also need to change that Ford airbox. I've got one, so I'm going to swap that for a Fiat one. So we will be back on time lapse very, very short. Well, we'll be back, I should say, normally very shortly, but for the time being, let's have a bit of time lapse, and you can see me put this bumper together. Okay, that's it. Took me a while to do that, so I've put all these on both sides, put the grill in, put those in, the badges in. One of these, I can't remember which one it is now, one of these bits, the big bits of chrome isn't in properly, and one of them's, did I use the new one? Yeah, I used a brand new one, and I've used a second hand one, so, and I can't get the second hand one in properly for some reason. Got a nice, I'll say new, a nice, all three lugs is good on there. I could only find one with one good lug on this side. So I've just temporarily put one on, so this bumper will be coming off again. I'm going to buy a new one. I'm going to buy, as I've got a brand new one or a proper one on that side, I'm going to get a proper one on that side as well. I don't like fixing these. It's a it's not a bodge, but I mean it is a shame to waste them. I haven't got the brackets to plastic weld on. It's not so bad if you plastic weld the brackets on, but I haven't got them on there. I've got a box full here of old ones, and I can't. Well, I do use them from time to time, but I don't really want to use them. I don't like using them. I prefer to get some brand new non-OEM ones, or some proper second-hand ones, the ones that have got, when you can get them cheap enough. I don't want to waste money buying them when I don't need to, but yeah, it's all done. These are all on. Yeah, so this one, I just can't get it to go on properly, so I'm going to buy a new one of these. These come off quite easily when the bumper's on. Got a nice new one that side, so it seems stupid. I think the reason I bought that is because I got it really cheap. I happened to bid on it and got it really cheap. And I got a second-hand one on there which has got a bit of a crease in it anyway, so it'll go on temporarily, and then I will order a new one today. I think the badge has gone on a little bit crooked. That's the trouble with these aftermarket bumpers. The holes, I had to drill the holes a bit bigger, and I've put it on, and it's very, very slightly skew with. I've had that before with the badges. The holes in the badges are not the same as the holes on the bumper. It's a bit annoying. But apart from the number plate, that's all back together now. So I've tested the DRL that side, and it didn't work. So I've put a new bulb in. Oh, I've still got the ignition switched on. I must switch that off. I think. Yeah. And I've put. I haven't checked that one yet, so I'm going to plug them in and try them before I put the bumper on. So when I put the bumper on, I'm going to slot them into the sides, and I'm going to do at least 2 of the bolts up at the top, but I won't worry about the rest of them because it will need to come off again to put a new DRL and a new one of these on. But it will, if I do have to drive this around next week, which is looking more likely, then obviously the better it looks, the better. I've got to drill out. Let me just show you. I was just going to put you on tripod, switch you off for a second, and then we'll get the bumper out of the way, and then we'll come back. So there you go, it's on. Oh, I haven't got the number plate on. Doesn't fit very well at the side here. I had great trouble getting it in that side. I had to take the foam thing off because I thought maybe I had it upside down, and I think possibly I did. I always have trouble with that, remembering which side is which. I don't know what's going on with that wing down that side. It's bearing in mind that wasn't damaged, although it does look as if it's pointing in a little bit, so I don't really know what the story is with that. So whether that's been damaged at some point in the past, but does this look a lot better with this new bumper on, or what? That badge is bugging me. I'll have to do that badge. Yeah, what a difference, eh? What a difference. Yeah, so I don't know what to do now. I'm going to leave it like that for the time being. I think what I'm going to do, because I did move that wing over a little bit to line up with the bonnet, like I did with the other side. So just here, so this just here it had to come out a little bit, and here it had to go in a little bit. But I don't know. I don't really understand why that's affecting the bumper. First of all, I thought, oh, a pattern bumper, but this is a Parts Plus or Platinum Plus or whatever it's called, so they're pretty much as good as the originals. I think it was a fluke getting a Platinum Plus, because when I bought another one from them, it wasn't a Platinum Plus, so I think whatever they got in stock is what they give you. Or maybe they didn't have the cheaper bumpers in stock, so they gave me a Platinum Plus instead. But yeah, that's disappointing, that side. I don't quite know what I'm going to do about that. It's almost like the tip of the bumper is too far down, so I may have to do a little bit of manipulation on that wing. I certainly wasn't expecting to have to do that, but once I've got that number plate on, it's good enough to drive it, that's for sure. Can certainly drive it. The back's obviously okay, sort of okay, but it looks so much better now having that decent bumper on it. That crooked badge is really bugging me. It's only stuck on with tape, so I'll probably use some glue on it as well, so I can pull it off and re-stick it. Yeah, so I need to go and order one of those whiskers. I think that one will end up falling off. So yeah, order one of those. What else was there? DRL. Or try and get a cheap DRL to replace that one. You can see that one's virtually a new one, and that one you can see it's a second-hand one. It's all right, it works perfectly all right, but you can see the difference in them. So yeah, let me just take you off the tripod and have a little walk around. I'll show you in detail what that side looks like. So there you go. I mean, once it's nipped up, it will be okay. It will probably rise up once you get the bolt in there. But I'm not sure that's good enough. So I'm going to have a little play with that. But I think bonnet fits okay. I sorted that headlight out. I've managed to bring it forward, so that's okay. And that side, obviously, it's not tucked up there. But that side, which is the side of the car that I repaired, slips in as easy as a slippery thing slipping into something. So yeah, that's good. I'm glad about that. I'm pleased about that. I'm not so pleased about the other side, but that was a bit funny before, wasn't it, even with the old bumper on, but I just didn't have such a job getting it in like I have on this one. Sorry, yeah, like I have on the new bumper. So it's a bit of a pain really, but that's fine for the time being, bearing in mind that this is a car for occasional work when I've got nothing else. I just wanted to get it so I could drive it, but obviously I can drive it, but I want to get that done, so I'm going to try and do that over the weekend, rub that down over the weekend, and put more filler in where it's necessary. Get this back done as well, and I'm going to, that's something I've got to do as well. I've got to order a rear light. Shame about that. And then obviously we've got to do it on this door as well, so it's still a work in progress. There's still a lot of work to do. It's nice to know that the inside's done, apart from the steering wheel. I've got to get another steering wheel. I did buy one for it, but I've just put it on the grey car because we had that one that we painted those horrible bits on. So we do still need a steering wheel. So I think I can get. I think there was one on there for 38 quid. It looks in good condition, so I'll probably order that as well. So steering wheel, DRL, and one of the whispers, and then that should be everything I need for this. Then I don't know if that's the state of the. That wasn't the one that was in the car, because this is the one. I don't know if you noticed. I put a Fiat one on it. I took that one off, which is the Ford one. And the Fiat one, I don't know where it came from. Obviously it came out of a car. It might have come out of Project Cui actually, I'm not sure. But that's that sort of thing I don't sell, because invariably I need them from time to time because they do get damaged. Yeah, so that was the air filter out there. So I've half serviced it, or a third serviced it. Still got to do the oil and what have you, oil and filter and what have you. But yeah, we're getting there. We are getting there. It's been a bit of a slog, this car. You know, had I realised just how much damage there was on this, especially at the back, I probably wouldn't have bought this car. But it will be good in the end. It's looking 100 times better now. I've got that new bumper on the front of it than that Ropiel thing. But it's good to put on there for an occasional use. But yeah, no, it's good to get that on, even though it's not on properly. So I think that'll be about it for today. So as I say, it's a job that it's a car that I'm doing in bits and pieces. I do want to get that that filling done, though, rubbed down and filled again, and just as many times as it needs doing before so I can get that painted. That'd be nice to get that bit done. That'll be that little bit further into getting the car finished. But we're getting there. We are getting there now. And as I say, it looks nice with that bumper on now, even though it's not fitting very well one side. So yeah, so that's it for this video. And there will be more to come. I don't know when it will be, because we're getting the new projects on Tuesday. So until then, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget, if you are a casual viewer, hit that subscribe button and like and share the video. We're fast approaching 4,000 now. We're over the 3,500 mark now, so I think we are going to get to 4,000 by the end of the year, which is great news. So with your help, I'm sure, I haven't looked at the figures, but I'm sure still over 50% of viewers are probably only casual viewers, so please hit that subscribe button and let's push those numbers up. So again, thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed it. Take care, stay safe, and we will see you on the next one.